Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. This recap is for Monday, July 4th, the 4th of July, Monday. Here's a daily recap for us YNR fans, and no real fireworks for the 4th of July. But there was some pretty cute scenes in the Young and the Restless today. I'm going to start with talking about Mariah and Tessa. You know, Tessa got her diagnosis. She has throat nodules on her vocal cords she's going to need an operation. And that operation will take some time for her vocal cords to heal. She'll have to go through some therapy with it. So, of course, she's bummed because she had a huge tour this summer to promote her brand new album that now has to be put on hold. So she and Mariah were talking about it at the coffee house, and Kyle walks in and they inform him, with what's going on. And, he lets them know, well, maybe y'all can start looking at your adoption, process. But then Mariah says, no, we're putting that on hold. We're going to focus all our attention on Tessa and getting her, so through the surgery and through the healing. I thought that was a really, really good idea, because the adoption process would be stressful enough. And, Tessa needs to be able to deal and heal with whatever she needs to heal with without, dealing with trying to take care of Mariah's emotions, ups and downs with adoption and all of that. So I really agree with them on that. And I'm happy that Mariah made that statement. And then they were meeting Elena there, because remember, that's how Elena came into the soap, is her Uncle Jet. Devon's sister, what was his sister's name? Wasn't Anna. If anybody can remember Devon's youngest sister's name, can you type it in the comments? Because for some reason, I cannot remember her name. Not that she was a huge character in the show, but I can't remember her name. But she is the one who Elena's Uncle Jet was Devon's youngest sister's father. Okay. So, she came to town because she was Jet's personal physician as well as his niece. So she helped him through his surgery, through his recovery, and now he's back on the road, concerts, producing albums and all of that through his healing. So she gave them some wonderful practical advice, and Kyle suggested, don't you want to get a second opinion? And which is what they asked Elena to do. And she gladly said, I can recommend, some other doctors that you can consult with. So that worked out well. And then they had a really cute scene with Noah and Allie. Noah brings her an old MP whatever player, I think MP2, almost looked like MP1 player. And they were listening to an old mystery on it together. One had an earbud in the other ear, and the other had the other earbud, and they were listening. And, they cut in and out with the two of them interacting with each other throughout the podcast. It was a really cute, innocent, fun time, I think. And, it was really kind of cute to see them. We can already see where that's going, because right before the end of the podcast, they were about to end up kissing each other. And then they found out who did it, So it ended up being somebody that neither one of them expected, because they both wagered a bet. If Noah won, Allie would have to give her 6 hours of her time, and he could break it up if he chose to, or he could spend it all at, once. And then if she won, he was going to have to train with her running. She's thinking of training for a marathon. So, but look, neither one of them won. But before Noah came, Allie had a conversation with Jack. Of course, we knew she was going to accept the internship at Jabot. Of course, we knew that. What else does she have in LA? She's all alone. her family is now here in Genoa City. And lo and behold, she has a degree in engineering, even though it wasn't for fragrances in that route, but it's still up her alley. And, she told Jack she was going to accept the internship, but she's like, I hope you didn't just offer it to me, because, I'm an Abbott or I'm your granddaughter. I wanted to get it on merit. Well, realistically, Allie, of course he offered it to you because you're an Abbott and you're his granddaughter. Before Jack knew that, he wasn't searching for interns all over the world or LA to come and intern at Jabot for the summer. So heck yeah, because you're an Abbott and because you're his granddaughter, it's tailor-made for you. Now, yes, you're qualified too. Yes, but in reality, she's probably overqualified for an internship, realistically. So, he assured her, no, you're qualified and yada, yada, yada. Then Kyle comes in and, not Kyle, Noah comes in and, Jack rushes off to a meeting. So there's some really cute scenes there with that. But the most significant interactions were that of Phyllis and Diane. See, before Summer walks in on this, of course, Diane shows up to the Grand Phoenix where Phyllis is, even though she escorted her out of her hotel with her little workout, her yoga mat and everything, saying, well, since we have this truce, I wanted to have a spa treatment. And she was, praising Phyllis's masseuse person and workout person. And, I wanted to get the royal treatment here. And Phyllis looks at her and says, wait a minute, you're staying at the athletic club. They have a spa at the athletic club that's adequate for people like you. That was a little put down, but but put down for put down. Diane walked in to stir up trouble. And then she looked at her and says, oh, because Phyllis says, I'm sorry, I'm booked. Oh, you are? Because I overheard you on the phone saying business was slow. And how is it going to sound to everyone else in the family that you refuse service to me? And so Phyllis kind of straightens up towards Diane, looking her eye to eye, and says, are you threatening me? Is that what you're doing? You threatening me? Which is exactly what Diane was doing. Exactly. But Diane sees Summer walking in, catches her. No, Summer. And Summer's like, well, wait, what's going on, ladies? You two are together. What's happening here? And Phyllis said, no, Diane says, oh, I was just here, because the Grand Phoenix has the best spa facilities in town. And since, we have this truce, I was trying to get in and get a spa because we all get along, right? Something to that vein. And so Summer says, oh, she goes, and I want to spend my dollars here at the Grand Phoenix. So Summer looks at Phyllis and says, well, that sounds nice. Mom, don't you agree? That sounds nice. So Phyllis is looking at Diane kind of, So she, of course, says, yes, look, I have a cancellation. I'll get you right in. And then whatever. She books Diane a spot, and Diane goes on in. And Summer and Phyllis go and sit down and talk in the lobby there. And she's trying to finally get Phyllis to tell her what happened between her and Jack. So Phyllis finally, after going around and around and around, yes, I did something, blah, blah, she finally tells her what she does. Now, mind you, Jack and Kyle are at society. Kyle's doing the same thing. Dad, just tell me what happened. You're clearly sad. You're clearly, heartbroken or upset with you and Phyllis, not the way you were, because you were so happy the night you spent together. And finally, Jack, It told him. But first, because Kyle said, because I know my mother can instigate and start things. Like when Phyllis came in and saw us all at society, my mother was trying to stir the pot. And instead of Jack saying, actually, yes, she was, because Diane was trying to push Phyllis's buttons. He's like, but I just do want you to know, because it would be unfair to me to let you think Diane is the cause that me and Phyllis aren't together. No, it's what Phyllis did. Well, doggone it, no, Diane is the cause of it. She is the cause of it. And Jack continually gives Diane a pass, but not Phyllis a pass. That's what's interesting to me. Because by the end of Kyle and Jack's conversation, Kyle's like, oh, so do you think Phyllis is going to try to start war with my mother? And if both of them go head to head, that could be real trouble for me and Summer's relationship. And Jack is kind of looking, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Diane is the one constantly going in Phyllis's orbit. Like, you would think Summer would take her mother-in-law aside and say, mother-in-law, you are at the athletic club. Yes, my mother called a truce, but there's only so much my mother should be expected to take. She's calling a truce for me, for my family. But I need you to respect respect boundaries where my mother is concerned. See, no one is calling Diane to task. And Diane is smugly eating it up. Like, by the end, where Summer pretty much told Phyllis that it was very unfair what she did to Jack, using him like that to stick it to Diane. Of course, they made it so that Diane was done with her workout or her massage, and she's over there way in the corner, but miraculously could hear the whole thing when Phyllis and Summer were sitting way over in the lobby, and they were not talking loud. But Diane is smugly like, okay, I heard this, like I heard what Summer said, I have an in, and she's going to start to use that in, digging at Summer where Phyllis is concerned. I'm trying, but your mother, I don't know what she's going to do. I don't want to cause any trouble between you and Phyllis, because I really want a true Summer. Hopefully Summer will see what is really happening. And one thing I can say about Summer, she's not stupid. She can read between lines and see digs where Diane is concerned. And they keep saying, what did Diane do years ago? Summer and Kyle are adults. Why don't they tell them exactly what Diane did? Exactly. A lot of it was reported in the news. Why don't Phyllis say, read this? I don't have to tell you, read this. This is what she did. Or let me tell you why that pool house got burned down. There was so much that if it were told, Summer could understand the depth of Phyllis's feelings for Diane, the depth of them. So that was pretty much all that was really happening today on The Young and the Restless. This was not a 4th of July episode. They didn't even bring up the 4th of July, so this episode could have been on any given date. But that was the actual daily recap for today. What I want to do is take a few moments to run some comments. This is comment time. I have a wonderful comment from Annette. And Annette just pretty much found the channel. She discovered it pretty much this past weekend, and she subscribed, and she's very happy about the recaps. And I just let her know, welcome, Annette, welcome. And please, please continue to watch the daily recaps and give your comments. And then I had some comments from Annette. She feels that Ashlyn is going to use either Sally or Diane. She said maybe Chelsea to kind of worm his way back in, and Annette still believes Harrison is actually going to end up being Ashlyn's son. Now, I do know they did a DNA test, which is how Kyle found out it was his son. So it'd be interesting how they could write that. I don't know about that, Annette. And Lucy made a comment talking about the reason why Friday did not, that Friday was a so-so episode for her as well. And then I have let's see, I think that's about it for my Young and the Restless comments. That is it for the Young and the Restless comments for today. So please give me comments that I can talk about. I love discussing your comments, discussing your thoughts on the daily recap. Please, please give a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to it, and ring that bell so you can get notifications. And also, please, if you have any Young and the Restless friends personally that you like to talk to and you guys discuss Young and the Restless, in the description box below, I'm putting the channel YouTube link, to the channel. Please copy it and send it to a friend so they can subscribe and they can get involved with the Young and the Restless daily recaps as well. So I will be back with a recap tomorrow, Tuesday, July the 5th. Have a phenomenal day.